I welcome you all for today's lecture. In the last class, we had covered the topic of evolution of human resource management. In today's lecture, we will be covering the topics of the definitions related to human resources, definition related to human resource management. Now, let us understand what does the term human resource refer to. It is being said that people can move mountains. Now, when I say people can move mountains, what I mean by that is among all the factors of production that are available in an organization, like your raw material, your machinery, your land, money, among all of them, what is which factor of production is responsible for converting all these physical resources into meaningful form is your human resources. So human resource is the most important factor of production which is available in the organization, because the efficient use of all these physical resources ultimately depends upon whom. It depends upon how the human resources are put to good use on various operations. So, the most efficient machinery in the world will not produce an optimum level unless the people who are working in the organizations operate the machinery and know how to make the machinery perform to its best possible way. And most importantly, the people itself should be motivated to make their equipments produce efficiently. So, what do we say? We say that it is human resources which are assets for an organization, which can move mountains, which can convert your inputs into output, which can put your factors of production into an efficient use. Now, a person called Brian Fredman. He is a chairman of Jeffries and Company Incorporation, which is into financial services. He said it is important to realize that employees are your greatest asset. Unlike other assets which are available in an organization, people are the only asset which does not depreciate over time, whose value does not decrease over time. If I talk of machinery, right, what happens to machinery? It depreciates over time. But humans are the only assets of the organization whose value increases with the passage of time. That is, the more you use human resources, the better they get over time with their experience, and their value keeps on appreciating. So, what do we say? We say human resource is an elastic term. What do we mean by elastic term? Elastic term means that different people have given different sort of meaning to human resources. All right, in a sense that to different people, human resources means different things. Let us see what are the different definitions that have been given for human resources now. Leon C. Megginson, he says that human resources represent total of inherent abilities, acquired knowledge and skills as exemplified in the talents and aptitude of its employees. Now, what do we mean by this definition? He is basically saying that human resource is a combination of three things. Number one, inherent abilities. Number two, acquired knowledge. Number three, skills which are present in your human resources. Now, when I say inherent ability means the ability that a person is born with. For example, if I say Dipti is a visionary. Okay, she has an ability of being a visionary. What do I mean by it? I mean that she is a person who has an ability of envisioning the future. That is, she can sense that what may happen in the future, and accordingly, she may take the decisions to for the future. All right, so she is considered to be a visionary, and that is an ability which she is born with. But when I talk of skills, what do I mean by skills? Now, skills could be the talent that a person might have acquired over a period of time. For example, somebody might be good at technical skills, somebody might be good at interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills means that you are good at maintaining relations with people at work. Somebody may be good at conceptual skills. Conceptual skills means how will you evaluate the situations which are thrown to you at workplace, and how will you be developing a course of action to resolve these situations. Then there could be skills related to your leadership. You may have leadership qualities and you may be able to lead people. Now this is another kind of a skill which may be present in you, right? So when we talk about human resources represent a combination of the abilities that they are born with, the skills that they might have acquired over a period of time, and the knowledge that they have in their specialized field or their area of specialization. If you are a student of say human resources, then the knowledge that you have gained in the area of human resources, the knowledge that you have gained in the area of labor laws, the knowledge that you have gained related to how to conduct performance appraisals in your organization, how to design training programs for your people in the organization. If you are a student of marketing, then you must be having knowledge related to concepts of marketing. You should be having knowledge related to consumer behavior. You should be having knowledge related to branding, right? So human resources is a combination of all these three things, and these three things are nowadays called as K refers to knowledge, S refers to skills, A refers to ability. The knowledge, skill, and ability which a person has acquired and is displayed in his talent and competence. See, when I talk about aptitude of the employee, if I ask you people that whenever you people are going or you have applied for a job, and when your interview is being conducted in most of the companies, there is an aptitude test which is being conducted for the candidate. Why this aptitude test is important for the candidates for selecting them for particular positions in the organization? Can anybody tell me why is this aptitude test conducted? What are we trying to find out about a candidate by testing his aptitude? Yes, can anybody unmute himself or herself and answer this question?
To find the knowledge of the person.
Okay, aptitude basically is not the knowledge. You can please unmute yourself. Aptitude refers to how good you are at understanding the problems, how good you are at understanding the concepts, how good you are at learning new skill. Because a company may put you at a particular position in their organization. Now, to learn the new skills which you need to perform in that particular job, you will be given a training. Now, are you good enough to learn the new skills quickly if you are given the training to update your knowledge? All right, that is what is being tested through your aptitude. How good you are at learning new skills, how good you are at becoming competent in the area in which you are being trained. That is what is being tested through aptitude. And that is the definition which has been given by Leon C. Megginson for the term human resources who are part of the organization. Now, another definition which has been given by Michael J. Jusius, what he says is human factor refers to a whole consisting of interrelated, interdependent, and interacting physiological, psychological, sociological, and ethical components. Now, when we look at this definition, in this definition, Michael is talking about four components that comprise a human resource. First is physiological component, second is psychological component, third is sociological component, and fourth is ethical component. So what he is trying to say is that physiological component of human refers to that every human who's working in an organization has some physiological need, like the need for air, need for water, need for shelter. So every employee in the organization looks for or seeks proper ventilation at place of work. He looks for proper drinking water facility. He looks for a sitting place for taking rest, provision for toilets, bathrooms. So basically, what is he seeking? He's seeking basic working conditions should be conducive. All right, there should be healthy working conditions at the place of work. That refers to physiological component which the humans are looking for in an organization. Then comes psychological component. When I say psychological component, as the name says, it is related to your mind or psyche, which means every component of human, or rather I should say every human who is working in the organization has feelings, has emotions, has beliefs, has values. So what does every employee in the organization look for? He looks for to be treated with respect. If he's performing good, he looks for getting a recognition or reward from the management or from the organization. Now, the reward could be monetary, reward could be non monetary. If I say monetary reward, then maybe he could be given a raise in his income, right? If I say a non monetary reward, then maybe he could be given an Employee of the Year award, which makes him feel good about himself. So the psychological component talks about his feelings, his emotions, his values, his beliefs. And then the third component, that is sociological component of human. It talks about that humans at workplace want to be accepted by the society. Now here the society refers to the people whom he is working with, his fellow colleagues in the organization. He wishes to have work associations. He wishes to form groups with them. He looks for belongingness. He looks for getting accepted or loved by his people in the organization. He looks for friendships at workplace. This is referred to as sociological component of human resource. And finally, the ethical component of human. Now, when I say ethical component of human, it refers to employs judgment of right and wrong. That is, following a code of conduct which upholds the honor, which upholds the dignity of his profession and of the organization. It also talks about maintaining integrity and sincerity while performing duties with fairness, with impartiality, not indulging in any such activity that may damage directly or indirectly the reputation of the organization or of any other member of the organization. Now, Michael has said that human resources or human factor is a combination of these four components: physiological, psychological, sociological, and ethical. And all these four components are interrelated to each other, dependent on each other, and all the time interacting with each other. Now, what does he mean by it? He means that, suppose if I say that, your value system is fairness. Okay, your value system is fairness, it is sincerity, it is honesty. Then if your value system is fairness, it is sincerity and honesty, then you will be indulging in right ethical code of conduct. You will be choosing the right path for performing the work with sincerity in the workplace. You will not indulge in anything that is going to hamper the reputation of your organization. So that is why what we are saying is that all these four components are interrelated to each other and they are dependent on each other. If you are an unfair person, okay, that means your value system is unfair, then what will happen to your ethical component? You will be indulging in all the wrong practices. So all these four components, as said by Michael, are interdependent, interrelated, and interacting with each other. So these were the definitions which were given by Leon and Michael. And see, try to just evaluate that. The first definition given by Leon talks about knowledge, skill, abilities of the human resources. Okay, that is what he says, that human resource is a combination of knowledge, skill, and ability. On the other hand, Michael says human factor or human resource is a combination of physiological, psychological, sociological, and ethical component. From this, we can say that human resources has been defined by different authors in different ways. So it means different things to different people. That is why the first statement which I have given in the slide is saying that human resource is an elastic term. Okay, there is no common definition which is there for human resources. It means different things to different authors. Moving ahead, it is said people are our strength. Max India Limited founder once said, there is no such thing as a technology problem, a financial problem, or a sales problem. It all begins with people. Now let us see what does he mean by this statement. See, when I talk about technology, when I talk about finances, when I talk about sales, who is responsible for running the technology? Suppose in your organization you have modern technology which is available, you have a lot of systems that are available, but the people who are working in your organization are not having the knowledge, technical skills to use the technology, then what is the use of your technology, right? So it all begins with people. It is your people who bring competence, it is your people who bring commitment to the organization. And return, what do they want? They want that the organization should be providing an environment of trust whereby they trust their people and bring out the best among the people. And if you ensure or your organization ensures such sort of a conducive environment for your people whereby there's an environment of trust, then growth and success of organization is assured. So in short, what is he trying to talk about? He's also saying that factors of production cannot by themselves achieve anything. So to achieve or to convert your physical resources into productive measures, okay, or into a successful output, what is required? It is required that people, competent and talented people who bring with them commitment should be part of your organization, and companies also should provide them with an environment of trust. Moving ahead, after having looked at the definition of human resources, now let us try to understand that what is human resource management. Now it is being said human resource management, see, in simpler ways I can say human resource management is about managing human resources. But how do you manage human resources, right? The first question is, how do you manage human resources? Now to manage human resources we need to understand the concept of human resource management. And human resource management is considered to be a 5-step process of procurement, development, compensation, maintenance, and integration. Now, when I say procurement, procurement refers to acquiring people in your organization. How do you acquire people in your organization? Now, further in procurement, there are different steps that are required in order to procure human resources in your organization. Procurement starts with job analysis. Job analysis means you are going to study each and every job available in the organization. That is, you are going to find out what are the tasks, what are the duties and responsibilities that are to be conducted in a particular job role or in a particular position. That is called job description. And then you will be also identifying that what qualification, what experience is required at this particular job position, which will be called as job specification. So by the end of job analysis, what you will be getting? You will be getting an outcome that will be job description and job specification. Based on your job description and job specification, you will be preparing that how many people do you need in your organization of particular qualification, of particular experience, those who know how to perform the task required at different jobs in the organization. So that is what is called as human resource planning. What happens in human resource planning, which is again the second step in the process of procurement, means you are going to forecast that how many people do you need in your organization to achieve the goals in the future. all right, to achieve organizational goals in the future. What is the demand which is what is the demand of the human resources, and what is the supply available with you, and what is the gap between demand and supply. Suppose you have a supply of, just a hypothetical example, suppose you have a supply of 1000 employees that is available in your organization, but what is demanded is, say, 1020 employees, so you fall short of 20 employees in your organization. Now, to meet this gap, what do you need to do? You need to hire 20 people. To hire these 20 people comes the third step of procurement, whereby what are you doing? You are starting with the process of recruitment, whereby you are advertising about the vacancies available in your organization in the mass media, and encouraging people to apply for the jobs in your organization. Now, once the task of recruitment gets over, then comes the next step of procurement, whereby you are shortlisting people who have applied for the jobs and asking them to come to your organization for the interview, so that you can select the right candidate for the vacancies. That is the process of selection, which is another part of procurement. Now, once the selection is being done, the right candidate is given the offer letter, then comes the next step of procurement, which is placement. That is placing the person at a proper location on a particular job role. All right. Once the placement is done, then starts with induction and orientation of the employees, whereby you are introducing the employees, welcoming him in the organization, and introducing him to the corporate culture, making him aware of the rules and policies of your organization. And finally, procurement ends with internal mobility, whereby you may promote the people in your organization, or you may transfer them as and when the need arises. So, that is the first step of the process of human resource management, which is called procurement, which starts with job analysis and ends with internal mobility. Once you have completed the procurement process, then comes the next step in the stage of human resource management, which is called development. Now, development refers to giving appropriate training to the people who have been hired for particular positions in the organization. You need to give them training in the specialized area. You need to develop their overall personality while they are working in the organization. Now, development also comprises of something which is called succession planning. Now, as the name says, succession planning means planning for the future. That is the job roles which the person may acquire in the times to come in the future if he stays with your organization. All right, that is, he might be positioned at, in the future he may be promoted to executive positions. So to promote him to executive positions, what do we need to do? We need to train him, we need to develop his skills. So that is done during your development stage in the second step of human resource management. Once the development stage comes to an end, then the third step in the process of human resource management is compensation. What is compensation? It is deciding how much an employee should be paid. That is deciding on rational wage structure for each and every employee, for each and every grade, for each and every position in your organization. Then compensation also includes deciding on what incentives should be given to the employees, what benefits should be given to the employees. For example, social security benefits, taking care of their health, taking care of their safety, providing them sickness leave, providing them insurance, providing them paid holidays. All these are incentives and benefits which form the part of your compensation. So once the compensation part is done, then the fourth stage in the process of human resource management talks about maintenance. Now, what is maintenance? Maintenance means protecting the physical and psychological health of employees through various welfare measures, whereby you are taking care of health and safety of the employees by ensuring a work environment that protects employees from physical hazards, that protects people from unhealthy conditions and unsafe acts of other personnel. right? It also includes employee welfare facilities, okay, under maintenance, which means providing housing facility to your employees, providing say free transportation to your employees, or providing them with pick and drop service, providing education to their children, say free education to their children, and other recreational facilities to your employees, and also taking care of their social security measures like giving them retirement benefits, say provident fund, pension, gratuity, giving maternity benefits to women, okay, giving disablement benefits to people who are say physically handicapped or they are suffering from any other sort of disability, or taking giving dependent benefits, okay, that if somebody if an employee of yours has passed away while working in the organization, then his job can be given to his dependents, like to his wife, to his children. All right. So, maintenance talks about taking care of the welfare of your employees in the organization by providing them all these benefits. And the fifth step in the process of human resource management talks about integration. Now, integration functions role or the goal is to integrate the objectives of the organization with the objectives of employees through various employee oriented programs. Now, under integration function, what are we doing? We are ensuring that there is integration between both the employees and the employer so that the goals of both employees and employers can be met. All right. So, under integration function, what all is included? Your grievance redressal. If your employees are unhappy at workplace due to the working conditions or due to the partial behavior of his or her supervisor, then there should be a welfare officer which should be available in the organization in order to redress the grievances of the employees. That is a grievance redressal. Then, under integration, there also is a provision of disciplinary actions that should be taken against the employees or even the employer if they break the code of conduct. Even if the employer goes for, say, sexual harassment of any of the employees in the organization, then he can be sued and removed from the company as per the labor laws. All right. Then, what do you say? Industrial relation is also one of the aspect of integration. Now when I say industrial relation refers to relationship between the people who are part of your industry or the organization. Now who are the people who are part of your industry? It is your employees and employer. So industrial relation talks about the relationship between the employees and the employer, or between the union and the management. It also talks about collective bargaining. Collective bargaining refers to negotiation between the employees and the employer in order to meet the demands of the employees or of the employer. All right. So, all these concepts are included in your integration. So, what do we say? We say human resource management. This was the first definition which has been given anonymously, that human resource management is a process of five steps: procurement, development, compensation, maintenance, and integration. Say, when I say probation means during the probationary period, what is happening? You are being provided with training, right? During the probationary period, basically what we say that you are under a period of training for say 1 year. So development, when we talk about the second stage of human resource management, then your training which is being given to you is part which may be part of probation, comes under your development stage. All right. So this is one of the definitions for human resource management. Now let us look at another definition of human resource management which has been given by Gluck. Now, Gluck very simply has put that human resource management is the function performed in organizations that facilitates the most effective use of people to achieve organizational and individual goals. This is what I said previously also, that when we talk about human resource management, basically the goal of human resource management is to provide a balance and achieve both organizational and individual goals. Organizational goal is what? To achieve profit, to achieve growth, to get success, right? To increase market share of their organization. And what is individual goal? Job security, right? Getting trusted by the organization, getting recognition by the organization, improve getting skills improved through training and development by the organization. So both these goals are being met through your human resource management. All right. So it is a function which is performed in organization which ensures most effective use of people. See, when I say most effective use of people, it means that people are put, we get the optimum utilization of the people. Now, how do we put people at optimum use? By ensuring that they are producing to their maximum ability. And for that, we can give them incentives, we can motivate them, we can encourage them by giving them incentives or rewards so that they perform to the best of their ability. And in case at any point of time, if we feel that we have surplus of staff, then what can be done? We can just migrate them, or we can, as I said, internal mobility means we can mobilize these people from one branch or from one department to another department and have a balance of the number of staff available in the organization. So this was the definition which was given by Gluck. Now moving ahead, let us have a look at another definitions which have been given for human resource management. Now Brecht, EFL Brecht says human resource management is a part of management process which is primarily concerned with human constituents of an organization. See, when I talk about management, you all are the students of management. I also was a student of management, right? Okay. So management is basically comprising or comprises of several subsystems. Now, the different subsystems which are available in the management are: human resource management is one of the subsystem of management. Operations management is yet another subsystem of management. Financial management, marketing management. What are all these? These all are subsystems of your management, right? So here, when we talk about process of management, now process of management includes all these subsystems. If I talk about marketing management, then marketing management deals with everything related to marketing. If I talk about financial management deals with everything related to finances. In the similar way, Brecht has said that human resource management is that part of your management process which is concerned with the humans which are available in an organization. So it is primarily concerned with human constituents of an organization. A very simple and clear definition given by him. Now, another definition which has been given by Dickenso and Robbins. What is he saying? He says human resource management is concerned with the people dimension in management. Very simple and very clear. Since every organization is made up of people acquiring their services, developing their skills, motivating them to higher level of performance by giving them rewards, and ensuring that they continue to maintain their commitment to the organization by providing them with all sort of benefits like retirement benefits, disablement benefits, sickness benefit, dependent benefit, right? Housing facility, transportation facility. These all are essential to achieve organizational objectives. Okay. So what Dickenso and Robbins has said, that irrespective of which type of organization you're working with, whether you are a government employee, whether you are working in business sector, whether you are working in education sector, whether you're working in health sector or in a social sector, all these sectors irrespective of, okay, all these sectors irrespective of in which area they are, these this basic services or the basic human resource management is nothing but taking care of the people dimension in the management and making use of their services by acquiring them, by developing their skills, and by motivating them to perform to the best of their ability. And in return, what are we doing? We are giving them benefits. We are taking care of their needs so that they remain committed to our organization. Now, this was the definition which was given by Dickenso and Robbins for human resource management.